What's up, everybody? So we had an event just go live, the Apples of a Noon, or whatever that event is called. We got to talk about that. The Beta Ray build reward just came in. I want to give you my thoughts on that, who I'm picking and why I'm picking them. And we're going to make this really quick, so it shouldn't even be more than enough time to make a coffee. So if you're watching this in the morning, hurry up. Let's go. All right, so first thing we should talk about is the actual amount of apples you're getting on per nodes. You get more on different nodes. I know it's wonky math. They didn't adjust certain things. So just keep in mind that if on the 30 energy nodes and also the 15 energy nodes, you're only getting a conversion rate of 13 apples for every 15 energy spent. That would be the hard campaigns, Alliance and Villain, chapters 6 and 7. If you go down to chapters 5 and 4, where it costs 24 and costs 12, you'll see you're still getting 13 apples, but then you're getting 13 apples for every 12 energy spent. So you're getting more apples for farming the lesser chapters, and this also remains true for the nodes that you're farming for 10 energy. It's only giving you 8 apples, so that's worse there too. So just keep in mind if you're trying to min-max your apples for this event, because this event does have good leaderboard stuff, which I guess we can go talk about. We're not going to look at the leaderboards because that's going to set me off. But if we look at the milestones, like, there's nothing crazy in here. The real rewards that you're going to be getting, well, the monthly item for sure, and then the ranked awards is the Apocalypse. People are going to be fighting for this. If you are trying to get a red star upgrade on your Apocalypse, be prepared to open your wallet, because you're going to have to. And then we have the store itself. I want to talk a little bit about the store. We're getting some character shards. We have a list of all the characters that are in there. We can go over that. You'll notice that the pricing is different. There's one in particular I want to talk about. Other thing is this 10K apples for 5 Gear Tier 18s. You might think, oh, this is going to be an awesome event. I'm going to get a bunch of Gear Tier 18s from this. Hold the phone. That's not quite true. Over the 5 days, if you're doing just your regular energy, you're looking to get about 6,000 apples total from energy. From your other sources, maybe you get enough to get one purchase of Gear Tier 18 from free to play. That to me would be generous, though. I'm not sure if that is going to be the case. So I think this store is kind of a bust. But before we go talk more about the character shards, which I think is going to be the majority of people buying from this store, I just want to talk about this offer. The Beta Ray Bill rewards came in. So you're able to choose 100 shards from either Infinity War Thor or from Star-Lord Annihilation. And you get the 5 red star to boot. If this would give you a red star upgrade, I guess you could lean towards that. I myself don't really look at 5 red stars on a character as a selling point because silver promos are more readily accessible. But the way I'm looking at it is who's going to give me a star upgrade. So if I look at the amount of shards, this would not give me a star upgrade on Infinity War Thor. I'd still be 60 away from that 7 star. But if I look at Star-Lord, the 100 shards would give me a star upgrade on Star-Lord. So that is who I am choosing. And be careful, because apparently there's no confirmation button. That's the first time I clicked it. It automatically happens. So be careful when you're scrolling through the offer store, I suppose. But I would say if both of them are going to give you a star level upgrade, Infinity War Thor is a much more valuable player. So lean towards him, especially for the upcoming Surge event, Legendary event, whatever you want to call it. And in the Gamma counter, the Infestation counter, Infinity War Thor is much more influential. All right, but let's get back to talking about that Apple Store, because I think it is quite interesting, the options that we have. Now, these are a list of all the characters. Shout out to Ice Wolf for providing this to us. We got Agent Venom, Bucky Barnes, Captain America World War II, Cosmo, Hela, Heimdall, Korg, Loki, Mighty Thor, Sif, Thor, Thor Infinity War, and Valkyrie. So this could be a good way to get some extra Infinity War Thor shards. If you don't need the full 100, you maybe use that on Star-Lord and just get some Thor Infinity War shards from here. But we got some good characters on here. I just made a top 10 list for Agent Venom. Definitely made the list. Bucky Barnes and Captain America World War II, great on the Invader team, though they're not the focal point. Fury is. Cosmo's good on his team, but not super good. Hela, Heimdall, that would be a hard pass. Don't waste your credits on that. Korg is probably the least valuable nowhere character on the list. Even in the upcoming Legendary event, I don't think I would give him too much credit for that team, so I don't think he's a good value either. Loki, Mighty Thor, Sif, and Thor, please don't spend it on these guys. You'll be able to farm these guys if you can't already. Thor Infinity War, we talked about that. And then Valkyrie. I think Valkyrie, her value has dropped off the face of the planet now, too. What is it? There's a certain... Is it the War Scourge? Where you can use Hero as Guardians, but now we have, like, Valkyrie who can go in there, so I don't think... Or not Valkyrie. Val can go in there, so I don't think Valkyrie has as much value. So that's the list. Yeah, I would focus on the raid characters, especially Agent Venom if you don't have them completed yet, and then maybe some of the valuable nowhere characters like Thor and Finn. But it's going to come at a cost. Oh, there's also Kang. Kang is also in the story, but he's not listed here, which is somebody we need to talk about right now. Yeah. Remember when I told you free to play, you're looking at getting about 6,000 of these apples total? Well, 10 Kang shards is going to run you 7,500 apples. I bet we get at least 1,500 free to play from like daily freebies and stuff like that. But this is a rough score. But I would say, if I was in the position that unlocking Kang with these 750 apples, been getting nothing else, I would do that to unlock Kang. If it's not going to get you a star upgrade, then I don't think you. We have some other pricing just so you see a comparison. We got Cosmo for 3, so you could get 20 Cosmo shards for less than the price of 10 Kang shards. And then we could actually get, what is this, 5 times? Yeah, we can get 50 Agent Venom shards for the same price as 10 Kang shards. So that's kind of a little crazy. And the last thing I want to talk about, myself. That's right, a shout out of a shout out. I got shouted out in the game, which is pretty cool in the mail. So it seems like this is something Scopely's going to do. I wanted to comment on this just because I think it's really cool, showing their creators some love. I hope they do this for all the creators. There's even a direct link to one of my videos, the video we did for Infestation, which was a poorly produced video because we're in the middle of renovations and stuff. But I thought it was super cool. So I want to give them a thanks for promoting me and hopefully promoting other people soon. But that's it. There's going to be no end card. So goodbye.